गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। आज हम सेल्सफोर्स में और आप फ्रेमवर्क के थोड़ा सा बेसिक देखते हैं। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। औरा फ्रेमवर्क। औरा इज an open source UI framework used to create the dynamic web app for all the device on the Salesforce platform. It is a it's model modularity approach that make it is a popular as you can break your the web app development into the various components that can be interact with each other. Therefore, you can divide divide a project into the different team members and develop complex applications conveniently. There are so many compounds and the features pre-built that will be enhance the development time to the list. Most important, you do not have a optimize your the web app for the different device or a framework come into the virus. Once version runs on Java backend, it is a call Aura OSS. The second variant is Fame Salesforce first platform, and it is a call Aura on the platform. Out-P by Aura famous people generally refer to the Out-P. Next, a brief tutorial on the Aura frameworks. Before you get started with the Aura frameworks, make sure you create a custom Salesforce domain name. Next, namespace connections. Aura framework follow the namespace connections of, for example, for and input the fields you have to use UI as in, but for the rest you have to use Aura as in, but Aura provide you the opportunity to change the new space connectively. Next, developer console. Since Aura framework work inside Salesforce, you have to open developer console from admin users menu. Then you have to create a new application from files. New You know that Aura contains various pre-built compounds, and these compounds are nothing but collection of the files which are the called Aura bundles. Aura bundles is a more like package in other the programming language. One of the reason to the use Aura frameworks it is also that you can create independent app that are the free of the user data in system. Next, grading the compounds using the framework is all of the about the modularity, and hence instead of the using the code repeated in the different files, you can create a compounds on of the aura and call it from here's part to the inbuilt of the compounds in the another files. You have to use the tag call here. It is important to the remember that you can add or integrate on the compounds into the another, but you cannot add on the app inside another app is a collection of the multiple compounds. Next, grading event. In Aura framework, there are two different type of the event: compounds event and application event. Event are the mainly used for pass data using. You have a can create an event from the files news Aura event. You have to the specifically and specifically mention event type of the, for example, if it is an application event, you have to the write code here. If it is a compounds event, you can to the place application by the compounds. Next, greeting the object and the tabs. Object are the used in the Aura framework to store records and data like a small database. You can create an object from the create object, new custom object, and after creating it, you can add the fields name and type of the requirement to show the records stored in the object. You need to tab. You can create tab from the create tab, custom object tab, new, then the wizard will launch where you have to select the object and the style of the tab. Next, loading external JavaScript and CSS file will most of the components-based framework never allow you to the load external CSS JavaScript files. Aura is a expectation it provide the developer the requirement flexibility to the take the application to the next level by integrations external CSS and other the requirement files you have to the load the external script to the static resource. You have to the go to the setup, develop static resource and upload the external GS, CSS or the even GIF files connecting the external files by the script specifying the resource the name. Note, you can create your own CSS while creating an app. The option is available in the sidebar. Once you can create the new or application from the files name and our applications. Next, some common right warning. There are some common right warning associated with if and inter inter intentions in the Aura framework. There are sensor when they occur and you should be now the extract result for their occurrence clean and untenders body warning accuse you is to if statement unnecessarily and you are not the really using the them it they are the consuming rendering times similar and multiple items set the warning is a common when you chance attribute multiple times in the rendering the cycle to the effect the speed of the rendering and knowledge. Next, summary of how to the go about. First, you have to the create an app and Aura framework with app extensions. Then you have to the design your app through compounds and each compounds can have a nested compounds. Then you have to create app and template either by the explained styling or the by including the external scripting files. You can use JavaScript for the client side code, but you need to the validate strongly. On the other hand, you should use to Apex for the service side. The coding use a Lightning data service for the managing the records without Apex code. Use access system attribute of the control your the application. You can use and third-party framework too and Aura using the Lightning context. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स अगर मेरा चैनल लाइक आपको पसंद आता है तो मेरे चैनल को लाइक सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा और आप मेरे चैनल को लाइक सब्सक्राइब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कीजिए और मैं अच्छे से वीडियो और बनाने की कोशिश करूँगा। तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। बाय बाय।